You got to listen when Michael Bisping talks. You got to listen and you got to know Michael Bisping because Michael Bisping does not hand out compliments. In fact, getting a compliment is very hard for Michael Bisping, and he's only in his entire career given out about 3 and no more than 5. Bisping was just compliment. Bisping really likes Darren Till. I don't know what their relationship is. I understand they're both MMA guys, 185 pounds, and from England. I understand they probably run in the same circles. I don't know what their relationship is, but Bisping does like Till. Bisping likes Chimaev. Now, I'm saying he likes Till like he likes him as a human being. Bisping is big on and is complimenting Chimaev. So I stop what I do. I can listen to what Count has to say here. Chimaev and Till are training together there in Sweden. Till is very candid the way he talks. Till can kick most men's butts, and he will tell you. But if it goes the other way, Till is one of the rare ones that will still tell the truth. If it doesn't go his way, he will tell you. Fair's fair. Till called Bisping and told him not only how good Chimaev is, but he went more into detail about the attitude and the work ethic. Those are more important than the wins. There's going to be a lot of people that get good wins. I could name them right after. Guy comes out, he wins first 4 fights. Guy comes out, he wins his first 5 fights, and 4 of them are by stoppage. I can tell you guys that weren't that good of fighters. They got on a roll. They had some good luck saved up somewhere, and then it hit right at the right times. I've seen them and you've seen them, but a lot of those guys don't use that as a springboard. They talk about, look at what I've done, and I've already made the headlines. I've already come further than I planned to go. I'm good. I never have to win again. And they really do find that. They find a resolve in that. They find some peace in that. But then they go out and find their career ends up being just that. That's okay. They will all regret it someday, but they did nothing wrong. But knowing the difference between a flash and a pan and somebody who's just getting started really does come down to attitude and work ethic when nobody's looking. If a guy is character, a guy is working when nobody's watching. A guy is doing the right things when nobody sees him. The guy that does that has character. And the stories that we're hearing about Chimaev are coming from the training room. And they're coming from some killers. Darren Till, former #1 contender. Alexander Gustafsson, former #1 contender. Different weight classes. They're saying the guy's great. I can't hear these stories on Chimaev by guys like Gus and by guys like Till and not scratch my head and wonder what in the hell he is going down to 170 pounds for. The more respected championship is always the heavier. I'm not saying it's right. I'm well aware that the 55-pounders are the best pure fighters in the sport. I'm well aware that the smaller you go, the better they get. But perception becomes reality. Whoever's bigger is by proxy better. So if you could win a belt at 75 or you could win it at 85, 70 or 85, you want to go for the bigger belt. If you want your life to be good so you can keep on training, keep on pushing, and keep on pursuing a dream, you don't want to have to be thinking about beating that ugly opponent the day before, known as the scale, which is a battle in and of itself. It is a battle that will take you 45 to 60 days, not 15 to 25 minutes like the guy that you're going to be fighting on television. It's a real battle. I don't know why Chimaev wants to go and do it. I don't know if Chimaev sat and thought about it. Well, I'm a 70-pounder, I'm an 85-pounder. Oh, we got to pick a division. We got to start to build a ranking to go through a championship. Okay, great. Which one are we going to do that first? Oh, we're going to do it 70? Okay, I'll do it for 70 now. I'll move to 85 later. I'll go up to 205. I don't have a problem with the whole thing. It's just not too late. It's not too late for Chimaev to say, hold on just a second. These stories and these rumors and these reputations appear to be real. The way that people speak about Chimaev is like only myths come that way. From like the 1800s, before there was cameras, before there was audio recordings, before there was writers, and then you hear these things of absolute folklore. They're still around today. I came from the wrestling world. They say it about this guy named Danny Hodge. Danny Hodge, I'm sure a very nice guy. He doesn't know the difference between a wrist lock and a wristwatch, but he was the best wrestler in the world for a period of time. You'd have to add to the story and say, well, so we've been told, we haven't seen it. I don't actually know anybody that beat him. Everybody that saw it is dead. I have no video. I mean, things will start to get weird really fast. And I don't say this to embarrass Hodge. Of course not. Not in the least do I. I just say it because it's an example of before things were documented and recorded, before the internet, before information sharing, it was very easy to get stories out, and that's where they all came from. In today's world, to have somebody being talked about like what would normally be folklore, the way that Chimaev is being spoke about, To have people like Michael Bisping signing off, to have Darren Till co-signing a statement, to see Alexander Gustafsson billing him in the media, makes you think it's probably real. If it is real, why are we doing it at 170? You go 170 when you're not big enough to make 85. You go 185 when you're too small for 205. This is how fighting works. We all wish we were heavyweight. We're just not. What am I missing here? And if you were to just push everything aside and I was to ask you one question, what is a harder fight for Chimaev in your opinion? Is it Adesanya or is it Usman? Ultimately, that's all you have to determine to figure out which weight class a guy should go. Everything else is just talk. Both of those guys would be a big pain in the ass for different reasons. But it's those different reasons that I'm asking you to calculate. You got a national champion wrestler. You got the greatest striker in the sport. Could not be further apart. You then have Chimaev in the middle choosing weight classes. Nobody says he's got to go 170. He doesn't have a contract anywhere that says 170. He doesn't have a bout agreement anywhere that says 170. If he wants to go 70, I'll close my mouth and quit talking about it. But he has not shown us that or demonstrated that. He fought 2 fights at 70, fought 2 fights at 85. I'm a human being, used to compete in the sport. My opinion does matter. I earned the right to it. And if you're going to get the same outcome for the same amount of money, you would like to do the least amount of work. That makes sense. So why take on the scale the day before if you don't have to? I'm never going to quit asking the question until somebody answers it, but Chimaev sees these pieces. Chimaev has not answered it. Chimaev's managers see these pieces and they send me text messages, but they don't answer the question. It's not meant to be a trick question. I'm not looking to have a fight here or a back and forth. We all wish we were heavyweights. That's true. We all know whoever's bigger is badder, and we're in the badass business. Why would you pursue the lesser of 2 titles if, in fact, by reputation, you have your choice of them? Fair and direct question by me. And it's not a trick question. You're not going to get it in a back and forth with a linguistics master over here. I'm going to simply answer it, and I'm going to listen to whatever you say. But your silence is all I currently have, which means you don't know. Which means you hear my point and you realize I make a pretty good one. Which means somewhere along the way with no strategy or thought process, you picked a number and you picked 170. If you had a better answer, by now you would have given it to me. And I'm not looking to pick on you. In fact, I'll make you a deal. This will be my last time asking. Why 170 as opposed to middleweight?